I did not expect to become this much better. I felt like I was a pretty good singer. I felt like I could sing, within the proper keys or within the proper notes, but there was definitely something missing. It was like kind of a lackluster voice, I felt like. And people had told me that I was, this is, I guess, into the reason of why I wanted to join StudioBrev, is people said, oh, you have a nice voice, but I'd try out for solos and I wouldn't get them. And I never understood why. I thought when I joined, I was like, man, it'd be cool to get like, maybe 20% better, 10% better. I can't express the percentage of like how much better I feel like I've gotten. It's just been amazing. It's been an amazing process to be a part of, to be able to learn so many new vocal techniques.
So why don't you tell me a little bit about what the experience was, where you started, where you felt like you've gone with all of this, why you wanted to start this, kind of a little bit about that.
Okay. Yeah. Where I started with was I felt like I was a pretty good singer. I felt like I could sing, within the proper keys or within the proper notes, but there was definitely something missing. It was like kind of a lackluster voice, I felt like. And people had told me that I was, this is, I guess, into the reason of why I wanted to join StudioBrev, is people said, oh, you have a nice voice, but I'd try out for solos and I wouldn't get them. And I never understood why. I always like hated listening back to my own singing. I was like, okay, there's something here, but I haven't figured it out. And when I saw your content, and I was like, this dude's got a great set of vocals. Loved hearing it. And I see you put out the video for StudioBrev, learn how to sing better. And I thought, this is something I need to learn how to sing better. Like, I would love to learn how to sing better, whether it's singing with churches, whether it's singing with local choral societies. It's a passion of mine, but it was something that I kind of plateaued on without additional help. And tried watching like videos online of vocal coaches. It never seemed super helpful. They used a lot of lingo that I guess now I would understand a little bit, but when I first started, or before I started, it was like a mystery. Like, sing this way. I don't know what that means. So I definitely learned a lot in terms of not only the language, but language that I could understand and utilize it. People ask me now, do you sing professionally? Is this something it's like, whoa, nobody's ever asked me those questions before. It was so cool to hear compliments from people. And I also never could really sing, like, I don't want to say loudly, but I could never sing with resonance. And now that's something I've definitely developed, being able to sing comfortably, not getting vocally tired after concerts or after, singing for an hour. That would be like probably the hugest things, that the biggest improvements I've seen. I mean, just phenomenal.
Sweet, man. And maybe tell me a little bit about what the community has meant to you, the power of the community. Has it been helpful for you? Just like kind of the whole community aspect of our learning experience.
With the community here, it's very encouraging. I mean, you get to see people at various levels of their training. So you see people who just started, and I kind of look at it and I smile a little bit sometimes to myself, because it's like, man, these are the things I was working on and the things that I never understood. And it's like, hearing somebody go through that is so cool to watch, because you know that they're going to blossom. And I can look at people who are ahead of me and I can see like, wow, this is where they got to. This is incredible. So you could kind of see a little bit, beyond you. And it's not necessarily like a comparison thing. It's just more of like, because I love to listen into everybody's classes, pick up different things. And I would definitely not be the singer I was if I wouldn't learn from everybody. I mean, I probably make more mistakes than anyone. I feel like. So it's just really cool to be able to see just all this growth, and it really reinforces the lessons that you guys teach when you hear it week after week. And then in terms of the group community, it's just, these people are very encouraging to one another, and you guys have an awesome community here. I told my wife, I said, when this thing ends in January, I'm going to be so sad. Like, I'm probably going to cry. So I will definitely miss you guys a ton. So it's just been a really, really good time. I mean, we get to enjoy each other's company. And
so, all right, there are a lot of people that kind of their reason for being on the fence of joining is because they have kids. Are you glad that you took the plunge regardless of having kids?
With kids, my kids love doing these little things that they hear me do during class. They like to imitate it. And my daughter's in singing class. I don't know if she would have done it if I wouldn't have been part of StudioBrev, and she loves running around singing songs. So in terms of, it's almost like a contagious laugh, right? Something that you really enjoy and that becomes contagious to other people. And so my kids have kind of gotten that from me. And is it worth it? Yes. it is definitely worth it. I mean, I do have to make some sacrifices in terms of my wife has to watch the kids for an extra hour on, a couple nights a week, but it's something that if you can make it work, it is definitely worth it.
Do you think that you learning how to sing in the presence of your kids has been speaking of the kiddos?
Speaking of kids. Okay, what? Can you close the door, please? Thanks, Sona.
Do you see value in honing a craft in front of your children and having them kind of witness you commit to something and kind of hone a craft that maybe you improved upon in there, like they got to kind of witness this?
Yeah, I think that encourages them to kind of work on. I mean, my daughter loves to work on singing. My son sees me working on this, and I think he can see the dedication to it. And that would be something that I'm hoping will pay off because he's still very young. But when he's older, see that, oh, my dad was very dedicated to this craft. Now he has a lifelong skill. So I'm hoping that'll transfer on to him and to my daughter as well. I mean, they definitely have a lot of appreciation for the time I spend doing this. They love being around it and imitating what they can.
Sure. And then my last question is, are you glad that you joined StudioBrev?
Yes, absolutely. I did not expect to become this much better. I thought when I joined, I was like, man, it'd be cool to get maybe 20% better, 10% better. I can't express the percentage of like how much better I feel like I've gotten. It's been an amazing process to be a part of, to be able to learn so many new vocal techniques. And even just the stuff I've been working on recently where it's just various vocal colors and tones, and people hear it and they go, you're not the same singer you were. I listened to my old music and it's so different. And this is a lifelong thing. You don't have to, you can keep music and singing with you for the rest of your life. You don't have to be like, well, the time is up. I guess I got to learn a new craft now. I mean, this is something I plan on continuing for a long time.